On Wednesday, 10th of September, political activist Charlie Kirk was attending and speaking at an event in Utah when he was suddenly assassinated in front of his family and a crowd. The country of America plunged into darkness as a flurry of confusion and celebrations ensued. Charlie was rushed to hospital, where he was pronounced critical and then later dead. Hello and welcome back to Chat About It, Don't Shout About It with me, Rachel, the Queen of the Woke, as crowned by one of my haters.
I crown you Queen of the Woke!
Let's chat about it. I normally say please keep it friendly, but in this case, I think I need to say please keep it respectful. What do you think about the assassination of Charlie Kirk? I made a post about it last week. However, I refrained from posting a video because I wanted to keep the information as clear as I possibly could because a lot of it was getting muddled and confused. I also want to make it perfectly clear that I didn't agree with Charlie Kirk. He was a very strong-minded individual in what he stood for, and no matter what I thought of his views, I didn't want him dead. That's just too far. He was also prominent on YouTube. So this has shaken a lot of independent content creators as well, independent media content creators like myself. I did think that he could debate extremely well, and he managed to remain reasonably calm even when people yelled at him. He took debate into universities and gave students the chance to air their opposing views. So that aspect, despite me disagreeing with a lot of the things that he said, was something that I respected about Charlie. I'm recording this on a Sunday as I am not here tomorrow, well, Monday or Tuesday. So this video goes out on Tuesday. All information that I present is to the best of my knowledge. If anything changes by Tuesday, I will pin it into the pinned comment. I won't be able to show you the footage on here due to the guidelines on YouTube. However, I've watched it. It's sickening. My heart was in my throat watching it, much like when I was watching the video of the Ukrainian girl getting stabbed. Charlie was assassinated doing what he believed. They believed that the suspect shot him from the roof. He shot Charlie in the neck and was at large. And for a few days, there was a lot of confusion as to who the suspect was. However, it would appear at the time of recording, they have found the suspect that they were looking for. Now, a lot of reports are very conflating, and there wasn't much sense of clarity when I was trying to find out about the suspect. His name is Tyler Robinson, and this is him. So the article that I have is from CNN, and it will be linked. I just took the key points from it. So let's read these key points. Washington, Utah. Growing up in a Utah suburb, Tyler Robinson seemed to be on a promising path. He had a close-knit family, scored well on standardized tests, and earned a 4.0 GPA, according to social media posts. After graduating high school in 2021, he filmed a video proudly reciting a letter from Utah State University offering a fourth-year merit scholarship. But Robinson left the state school just after just a semester, taking a leave of absence and never returning. Now, authorities are working to understand what happened in the intervening years that led Robinson to the rooftop where he allegedly gunned down conservative activist Charlie Kirk this week. While police are still investigating the killing, authorities have pointed to what they described. Oh my goodness, I can't believe what I'm reading. As anti-fascist messages engraved on bullet casings in a rifle found near the deadly shooting as potential evidence of political motive. One bullet was inscribed with "Hey fascist, catch," a message that Utah Governor Spencer Fox said Friday speaks for itself. And yeah, I would agree, that does speak for itself. A family member of Robinson's told investigators that the suspected shooter had become more political in recent years and in particular had lashed out at Kirk at a recent family dinner, Cox said. Okay, that's interesting. But the messages on the bullet casings also included a mix of memes, allusions to video games, suggesting a deep immersion in irony-soaked online world where meanings can be difficult to precisely decipher. Those messages included a series of arrows representing the controls used to carry out an attack on the video game Helldivers 2 and lyrics of a popular Italian song linked to anti-fascists, but also popularized more recently in another game, Far Cry 6, and a Netflix series. Voter registration records shows that Robinson is currently registered to vote unaffiliated with any party, although he never cast a ballot, the Washington County Clerk said in a statement. After a 33-hour manhunt by a phalanx of federal and local officials and pleas to the public for assistance, a law enforcement official told CNN it was Robinson's family that helped arrange his capture after his father recognized him in photos released by the FBI. So his own father recognized him and his family helped turn him in, according to this. That tells me that the family is extremely appalled by all of this and that they potentially could believe that he is also innocent and he is still until proven guilty. Now, now at the moment there is an investigation going on, and like I said, he's still a suspect. So I saw that allegedly, and I use the word allegedly, that Tyler had a boyfriend that was transitioning male to female. Now, if that's true, could this crime be linked to a trans shooting motive? I'm not an investigator though, so I wouldn't know. It's just something that I heard, and I've also read that he was a Mormon or he grew up in a Mormon church. As far as I can tell, it's really difficult to confirm that at this point because the information's a little bit muddled. There have been calls as well for the death penalty. I'm not an advocate for that myself, but I don't live in the USA. And I also found these posts on X, this post. Okay. He has a brilliant future. Let the kid go. He made one mistake. Why are we demonizing him? He clearly had a bright future ahead. He doesn't deserve to be put in jail. No way this guy hit that shot. His life shouldn't be thrown away for a small mistake. Okay, so he's not being convicted yet, but that's what they are saying. And yes, you heard that correctly. Many people hated Charlie Kirk. Many people, like myself, disagreed with the things that he said vehemently. So, in our eyes, in that respect, he's wrong. Okay? All right? If the suspect did shoot him, then that's a million times worse. These posts are saying that two wrongs are making a right in this situation without directly saying it. It does not make a right. What happened was cold-blooded and it should never have happened. Charlie's wife, Erica, also released this statement. It's not the full statement. It does go on for about 15 minutes, but I will be sure to link it below for you.
Good evening. My name is Erica Kirk. Charlie Kirk is my husband. I first want to thank the local, state, and federal law enforcement who worked tirelessly to capture my husband's assassin so that he can be brought to justice. I want to thank the first responders who struggled heroically to save Charles's life, and the police who acted bravely to make sure that there were no other victims on that terrible afternoon. I want to thank the officers who have protected our Turning Point USA family these past 2 days. And I want to thank the Turning Point USA board, the COO, Justin Strife, and my husband's chief of staff, the amazing Mikey McCoy, for all their work in these terrible days to be the stability for our family and for the wider Turning Point USA family as well. My heart is with every one of my husband's employees who lost a friend and a mentor. I want to thank the staffers of his amazing Charlie Kirk show who helped him broadcast from this studio, this chair. Every day he loved what he did. I want to thank the millions of people who have shown their love for Charlie here in Phoenix, across America, and worldwide. I want to thank my husband's dear friend, Vice President Vance, and his phenomenal wife, Usha, for their love and support. You guys honored my husband so well bringing him home. You both are tremendous. I want to thank President Trump and his incredible family for the same. Mr. President, my husband loved you. And he knew that you loved him too. He did. Your friendship was amazing. You supported him so well, as did he for you. 2 days ago, my husband, Charlie, went to see the face of his Savior and his God. Charlie always said that when he was gone, he wanted to be remembered for his courage and for his faith. And one of the final conversations that he had on this earth, my husband witnessed for his Lord and Savior, Jesus Christ.
I will make sure to, link that below. So Erica's a grieving widow. You can clearly see that, but you should read some of the comments under that video. They're horrific, absolutely horrific. People may not be mourning the loss of Charlie, but you would think that they would have sympathy for his widow and his children, but they don't. They're too busy celebrating his assassination. So I'll go back to the videos because I've got some videos to show you. Let me show you this.
Here's another piece of shit for you to go and have a look at. This might be the worst one I've ever read, and I'm sure it's an American, and I'm sure the FBI are looking into this, because this is vile. This is the left. Raven Samuelson. Can Erica Kirk be next? Then the two children can be placed into foster parents who will give them a proper educated growing up, hating their parents. This was written on September the 12th, yesterday, by Raven Samuelson. This is the worst one. Absolutely the worst one. So, this is on this Blue Sky Social, which we all know what that is. It's a cesspit. So, make sure you send this out there to the world. We're exposing these demons for what they really are. I hope that what goes around comes around and you lose your job, place at university, whatever it may be, because that's not okay. In actual fact, it's disgusting and deplorable. Here's another piece of
The guy in the crowd celebrating after Charlie Kirk was killed. R.I.P. Charlie Kirk.
Ding dong, the witch is dead. To everyone saying that it was such a senseless, violent act. I want you to remind yourself that it was God's plan. I mean, really, it was actually his fault because, like, he should have been wearing, like, a bulletproof neck brace or something, like.
Even if it was Jesus Christ's plan, it doesn't mean to say, or God's plan, it doesn't mean to say that it should have happened, should it?
I cannot believe he walked out the house without it. I mean, really, you have to be aware of what you're wearing in public so that, like, people don't target you. And you don't become a victim. So I guess this is just another example of God's plan in action. It was not a senseless act of violence. This was God's plan. Happy hump day, y'all!
Should we ask if it's part of God's plan to promote political violence? I would ask that. I don't know, but those TikToks are just the tip of the iceberg. I had this up on screen earlier. Take a look at this. So this one was made by Grok. Yeah, or I think it was put into Grok by the looks of it. There's some, maybe not, I don't know, but it's got an AI star at the bottom. So this person says, LMFAO, haha, free shipping for your homo. And it's got Charlie Kirk in the position that he was in after being hit in the neck. Ew. Okay, these. I hope they do Joe Rogan next. Nice. Can we do Ben Shapiro next? LMAO, best birthday present ever. I'm laughing so hard. That's what you get. BITCH. Die, BITCH. That's what you deserve. Someone should take out Ben Shapiro next. Ooh, that was fun. Do Ben Shapiro next. Goodness me. So glad this BITCH got packed up. Ben Shapiro next, please. Can someone shoot Ben Shapiro next? J.K. Rowling next. J.K. Rowling next. Like, I'm glad the guy died, but they're going really hard on this. Oh, this is a dark day, America, about a guy I had never heard of until he was shot. Oh my goodness. Okay, that was the first time read on this particular one. You never heard of him, and now you're glad that he's dead? Can we get J.K. Rowling next, like the UK would be unbearable about it? Of course we would. But it's for the greater good of trans people. Everyone is like Ben Shapiro or next, or Joe Rogan or whatever. Yeah, that would be cool. But how about J.K. Rowling next? Do Ben Shapiro next. Rowling next. J.K. Rowling next. Anyways, Ben Shapiro next. I hope that they shoot Ben Shapiro next. Honestly, as much as I want to say, okay, do Ben Shapiro next, we really got to start rooting for a good Samaritan to hit up Dennis Prager. I think I've said that correctly. Matt Walsh next, please. Rest in PISS. Go get Trump next. Headed for the Trump next. Let's hope. Goodness me. I wonder how many people are waking up and thinking, oh, it wasn't a dream. Now do Trump. I made my opinions perfectly clear last year on Trump's assassination, by the way. That assassination attempt, excuse me. That shouldn't have happened either. Maybe Elon should be next. Just asking for half the country. Elon next, please. Next person has written a list and it's got Charlie Kirk's name crossed out on it. So we've got Andy Ego. What? It's a bit blurry, that one. Bit blurry, sorry. Benny Johnson, Ben Shapiro, and then a whole other list of names on there as well, ending with Tim Pool. Praying Elon is next. Do Libs of TikTok next. Me waiting for someone to get Libs of TikTok like a game of whack-a-mole. Elon next. Next Elon. I mean, come on. Yeah. Sick. Very sickening. These particular people are most likely to be from the Be Kind Brigade, and should one of their activists die in such a way as what Charlie Kirk did, then there would be an absolute uproar and we wouldn't be allowed to say this type of thing. And apparently people are also being fired at work for celebrating as well. And you know what? I don't really like people losing their jobs, but I understand why those companies would do it. I hope that these people also don't come to the UK. You never know. This might have been flagged as incitement. I also don't think that these posts are right. Political violence is never the answer. What happened here is sick. It's awful. I was out at work the other day and a preacher was on the street referencing the assassination of Charlie. Charlie has become a martyr in my area for preachers. Whilst I personally don't agree with what Charlie has said, assassinating him for his views is not making anything right. It sends out a threat to others like Charlie. It paves a path for others to do the same thing. It brings questions over gun laws. But what's more is that the assassination has ripped a family man away from his wife and his children. Those children will no longer know their father. My thoughts and prayers go out to Erica and her family. Let me know what you think. Check out some of the other content I have linked for you, and I will see you soon. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye. Thank you for watching today. Don't forget you can join me on my other platforms as well. I've got YouTube, Rumble, Spotify, X, TikTok, Instagram, Locals, Substack, and I also have a Discord. Everything is linked below.